I'm O'Neill Chabas, and we are at Elements Kitchen in Pasadena, California. I'm the owner of this restaurant. This morning, we're getting ready for lunch at 11.
My name is Ming Lee. I am part owner of Elements Kitchen, and I am the executive chef here.
The first thing that we think of is the menu. Then we start thinking about what food we need to order for that.
The executive chef is in charge of all the recipes, all the ordering.
We have to make sure we have the fillings for the sandwiches, all the components for the salad.
We order bread flour in 50-pound bags, and we normally go through about 2 or 3 bags per week. This week we have a party for 200 people, which requires us to do 3 times the amount that we normally do.
Okay, so we usually get about 100 rolls from a single recipe. So Friday we need, let's say 250, so...
We're gonna 2.5 times our dough.
2.5 times the dough. Okay, great.
That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough. The difference between catering and a sit-down restaurant is that in catering, the food is brought to the event. You just have to really pay attention, because if you don't order right for a party and it's the day of the party and you should have ordered 30 pounds of filet mignon and you only ordered 10, you'll have a big problem.
So when it comes to ordering food, we have to think about food loss. For example, with meats, there's generally about a 40 to 60% loss in the fat that comes with the meat. If you need 20 pounds of meat, you're gonna need to order 40 or 60% more.
So we figure out, well, we're gonna sell, say, 12 turkey sandwiches a day, and we multiply that by 5 days. So then we do the math and we can approximate about how much that we're going to use. What makes cooking really intriguing to me and running a restaurant is the combination of being a little bit of a businessman and being, of course, creative. The thing with cooking that makes it different than, say, being a painter is that you have to create the same food every single day. People will have our duck salad, then they'll come back 6 weeks later and want to have the same duck salad. The only way that it'll taste the same is if it's basically assembled in the same way. And so the only way to be able to do that is by having recipes. We make chocolate chip cookies, and the recipe that we use only made 3 dozen, but we wanted to make 24 dozen. So we had to multiply it by 8. Or the other way around, where we have a recipe that's for 50 and we have to then scale it back for 10. We make our own potato chips in-house. We take 25 pounds of potatoes and slice them up, so then we get really thin little raw potatoes. And he fries them and hits them with a little bit of salt that's got some herbs in it. One of the things that I love most about my job is working with the other chefs and coming up with recipes, or take things that are familiar and maybe put a little twist into them. Peanut butter and jelly is something that we all grew up with or are enjoying currently. And so to have that on a menu alongside a duck salad with Asian pear and a plum vinaigrette is the kind of fun way that I like to mix food and ingredients and ideas. I love to see people eat, and I like to see their eyes light up when they take that bite, like, oh, that's a great cookie, or that's a great sandwich. I think that even for a young person to be able to look through a cookbook and say, gee, I'm going to try to make that devil's food cake with the chocolate ganache icing. Why not try it? You know, the worst thing is that doesn't work out and you try another one. You get to eat your mistakes and eat what's great, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way to play, I think.
At this restaurant, we have a great reputation for food. Being in business is an extremely positive thing, but it's also extremely challenging. Everyone who works in the restaurant has to be paid. We have electricity, we have to pay utilities. You have to watch how much you pay for each item. Let's say, for example, we order a case of shrimp. A meal here is 7 shrimps. I have to know how many shrimp dinners I will get out of each case. All those things factor into one meal, and all those things cost money. This is the best training ground for solving problems. That's basically what business is solving problems. When someone comes in and they really enjoy themselves and they call me over and they tell me that makes my day. It makes all the hard work worthwhile.